stream. I'm happy we did it. We're going to do more of them. I'm happy we did it. I'm going to do more of them. Chat Hero, I'm happy you're the first one here, man. I wanted to talk to you. With your mod status, I like you being in the chat. Mr. Toad, what's up, man? I like you being the mod, Chat Hero. I like you being a mod. I like your mod status. When it comes to the banter of the live stream and going back and forth with people, only time people out if they're like spamming emojis over and over again, or if they're being like blatant fucking racists, like pushing it too fucking far. Like if they're just getting into a back and forth with you, man, and it's pissing you off, just ignore them. All right, there's no need to time them out because people like being able to see their comments in chat. They like having a laugh with each other. So don't get abusive with the mod powers, okay, man? Just ignore them. All right, like there's plenty of times where the chat goes fucking crazy, and I just ignore them and like skip over certain comments. So don't worry about it, okay, man? Don't let it get to you too much. Is what I'm trying to say. Weston, what's up, brother? Good to see you. Jamie says hi. Shout out from Jamie for Weston. Mr. Toad, what's up, man? Poirier only has a fluke chance. You're only picking Dustin out of cope. It's half cope. It's half cope and half, you know. I genuinely think that Islam Makhachev is going to try and stand with Dustin Poirier. I do. And I think if Islam Makhachev does choose to stand with Dustin Poirier, there's a really, really great chance that Dustin Poirier can and will knock him out, Mr. Toad. So it's a bit of both. It's a bit of cope and a bit of hope. You know? Oh shit, my computer. Turn that off. There we go. And the mic's looking good. There we go. There we go. So I can keep playing that in my own ear. Can't I? Yeah, nice. Nice, boys. Okay, gotcha. I only timed out because he came in and called you guys clowns. That's all right, man. I don't mind. I really don't mind, man. I like it. I like a bit of fun. I like a bit of banter. So keep it going. But I would have guessed 32. Yeah, that's around where I am. But he could just be like a young set dude. Shout out to Jamie. Shout out to Jamie. Bad Math, what's up, brother? How you going, man? About to head to bed. Good to see you guys. If you wanted to see me and Bad Math have a bit more of a longer conversational, it's on there on the channel. It's live. It's up now. So, Bad Math, have a good night's sleep, man. It was good fun. Cyber 0. Poirier wins by UFC curse. Mate, the MMA gods. Cyber 0. I don't know if you've been around the channel for a bit, but we have a whole prayer going out to Dustin Poirier. So check that one out, man. Check that one out. All right, guys. Let's have a good Sunday stream. We can talk about whatever you want. There's been so much going on in the world of MMA. Me and Bad Math comment some of the other stuff. But I know there was a bunch of chats going on in there that we missed a bunch of. So if you want to drop it in there, drop it in there. Also, Discord link in the link of this description. Discord link in the channel. The Discord. I want to talk to you guys about the Discord and the way the Discord works. So we have like levels of looseness and how we like to play things. In this, it's like MMA with a bit of banter. In the Discord, it's a lot of banter. It might be too much for some people, and I totally understand. I didn't know this. Not bad. I didn't know this until I started using Discord, but you can mute certain channels. So if you want to mute every single channel and just have it as the YouTube channel, updates channel, just so you get pings for when we go live, you can totally do that. Because I can understand if the Discord gets a little bit too much. It is quite crazy sometimes. Apart from that, let's get right into it. I'm going to start scrolling through Twitter. I'm not going to do it on the screen because I find that we don't really stick to it that much. You know, like we go on the screen for a bit and then we end up clicking off it. So I'm not going to leave it on the screen. I don't think it needs to be on the screen. I think it looks way better like this. Pain drops. What's up, man? No way Dustin wins. There is a way Dustin wins. It's going to be smaller gloves. Islam Makhachev wants to prove he's a striker. He's probably going to strike with Dustin Poirier. Dustin Poirier's going to fucking sleep him. Pain drops. Dustin Poirier's going to fucking sleep him. Also, I haven't seen you around the channel before, Pain drops. So if you could please subscribe and help me get to 1,000, that would be awesome. Islam is the hardest guy to hit in the division. If he struggles for a moment on the feet and gets rocked, he will switch to the takedowns. Yeah, so Mr. Toad. If he gets rocked, he's going to go for a single leg takedown because his double legs aren't as strong as Daddy Khabib's. I think Dustin will be able to hold that off. I think where it's going to really come down to the game is if Islam throws a decent enough takedown and Dustin Poirier pulls a fucking guillotine, man. If he pulls that guillotine, he's going to end up on his back. And that is where Islam is going to have his chance to win, brother. Okay, I want Dougie Chat's opinion. If Prime GSP fought Koscheck, BJ Penn, came back into the welterweight, if the Prime GSP that fought Koscheck and BJ Penn came into this welterweight division, how does he do? That is a fucking good question from Chad here. Let me get my mind right in this one, man. I have subscribed. This is my burner account. It's AZ. Oh, what's up, AZ, man? It's good to see you. It's good to see you, brother. Thanks for jumping in on me and Bad Math stream earlier, man. Ooh. Prime GSP could beat them all, I think. Yeah, I'm a Canuck. I don't know what a Canuck means, mate. Is that a Canadian term? It sounds very Canadian. Canuck. Welterweight. Prime GSP in welterweight. I mean, he obviously smokes Colby. Shavkat would be a very, very difficult... Human, what's up, man? Seen you around here before, bro. How you going? Canadian. Yes, Canadian. Shavkat Rakhmonov and GSP. Who wins that fight? Honestly, Leon is a bad matchup. Shavkat's a bad matchup. Bilal, I think GSP beats Bilal. I agree Prime GSP is champ. Only people would fear him against is Leon and Shavkat, but I would pick him in both. It would be really, really interesting to see the Shavkat one. Really, really. Oh, chat, I think it's time for a poll. I missed the polls when we were doing it with Bad Math. I missed the polls, man. So it's Prime GSP, not today's GSP. Prime GSP. Poll time. I know, mate. I missed it. Also, Western Mass on Instagram. Send a picture of your dog, mate. Jamie wants to see your dog. Where's the kangaroo coffee at? G'day, mate. We got our kangaroo coffees. I'm Leon's biggest fan, but I think GSP beats him. It's so weird what's going on at welterweight right now, isn't it? Like the paper, scissors, rock, man. Like, I think you're right. I think Prime GSP beats Leon Edwards, but I don't know how he goes against Shavkat. Like, it is a very interesting styles make fights going on at welterweight. It's very, very alive there right now. I don't know who's going to hold on to that belt for a long time. GSP was a great striker before he lost to Sarah. Then he went all out to wrestling. I think after the Sarah loss, he learnt the pain of losing a fight. You know what I mean? And how hard it is to stay at the top. And that's when he started fighting a lot more defensively. Isaac, what's up, man? How you going? You and Chad Hero play nice today. I've already spoken to Chad Hero at the start of the stream, so play nice today. If Dustin pulls that gilly, I'm going to switch off the stream and start doing my laundry. I know, mate. It's how he's going to lose. That is how he's going to lose, man. By fucking pulling that guillotine. That's how he's going to lose. GSP was so well-rounded. Yeah, man. One of the best. Striking, karate, really good karate striking, really good length. And then, obviously, like, learnt the wrestling so fucking well. Yeah. GSP could out-well-round GSP. What a sentence. I think we need to see Shavkat a bit more before answering. Yeah, we need to see Shavkat really now play around up here in the top 5. That makes sense. Like, we want to see... I really am excited to see Shavkat against a JDM, against a Bilal Muhammad, like, really see him... GSP could out-well-round as Shavkat. I don't know. I don't know. This is the clash, is what you meant. Yeah. This is the clash. Like, fuck, we're here at Shavkat's career point now. Like, are you truly a top 5? I know he's ranked number 3, but are you truly a top 5? Like, we're here now, man. Oh, GSP is very similar to John Jones in that he is good everywhere. Yes, yes, he's one of those elite fighters that isn't just good at one thing, you know? Like with JDM, he's just good at stand-up boxing and get-ups, but GSP really was a phenomenal wrestler mixed with a phenomenal karate striker as well. That's why he goes down as one of the GOATs, you know? And don't forget, the GOAT conversation is greatest of all time. So even when we're talking about, like, back in the day, you know, I think, who were we talking about back in the day? It wasn't Chuck Liddell. We were talking about one of the guys back in the day, and I was like, he doesn't even enter the top 5 anymore. And someone in chat was getting real angry at me. And I was like, but you're saying GOAT. Like, GOAT means of all time. It means your skill set lines up with everyone, no matter how much the game progresses. And it really is like John Jones, GSP, Mighty Mouse, Anderson Silva versus Chael Sonnen 1 was a real, like, could modern wrestlers really have it over Anderson Silva? Probably Sean Brady beats prime Anderson Silva. You know what I mean? With how Chael Sonnen handled him. Imagine Shavkat with some boxing. Fucking scary. But Shavkat's striking is very good, Isaac. Don't forget that. GSP by big, meaty hooks. Shavkat versus JDM will be crazy. I think Shavkat by a decision. That fight might not be happening, which is really sad. And as someone who is a staunch JDM enjoyer and doesn't want to see him lose, I do want to see the Shavkat fight. Like, I want the best to fight the best. It's still fatal. That's who we were talking about. No, because it always progresses. No. That means great for their time. We're talking about Patrick. What's up, man? Good to see you. We're talking about the greatest of all time. So your skill sets need to be able to hold out. That's literally what GOAT means. Of all time. Greatest of all time. Of all time. So, yeah, easy. Come at me about that one, man. It is what it is, man. I think GSP would beat... Because, see, right now, to get back to that, AZ, we're talking about GSP now being able to beat Leon Edwards. Like, that means all time. You know what I mean? Then it will always change due to advancements. Yeah, it will. Yeah, it will. It will. So, like, you can hold your place as a GOAT for a certain period of time. But in, like... And our sport is still very young, you know what I mean? So, like, we have other sports like baseball and NFL and NRL where people were so good at their skills, they still talk about them today. Our sport is super young. So you're going to see, like, that list change quite a bit until our sport's, like, 50 or 80 years old. And then you'll have these names that are like... GSP could be one of those names. I'm sure John Jones will go down as one of those names where, like, his grappling and his wrestling and also his knowledge of the game, like, he always managed to stay a couple of points ahead strikers of his time, is going to get talked about as the fight goes on. Northwest, man, how you going, brother? How you going? Let me catch up. I'll get back. I think GSP would beat Leon with clinch work exclusively against the fence, and the jab would hurt Leon as well. I think you're right, man. Guys do always get better. That's what we were just talking about. Yeah, people don't realize the difference between the greatest and the best. True, man. Got to do against peers. Patrick's in the chat. How are you, man? Good on you, Patrick Cage. Paddy the Baddie. What do you mean by that, Isaac? Do you mean he's one of the greatest of all time? So you trolling again? Even today's Babe Ruth couldn't make Major League Baseball roster, and he is considered a GOAT. Yeah, I think that's probably just where people get confused and like, what does the GOAT even mean? You know what I mean? It does mean the greatest of all time. And I don't think there's anything wrong with being like Babe Ruth or GSP or Michael Jordan, and I'm not trying to start like an NBA argument because I don't watch basketball at all. I'm just saying I don't think there's anything wrong with saying they were the greatest of their era or the greatest of their time. But now the GOAT, the greatest of all time, is one of those things that you sort of reevaluate every 5 to 10 years. And GSP, to be fair, and John Jones are still in that list. They're still in that era. I'm hoping that Dustin wins, but I'm picking Islam by a round 3 rear naked choke from Northwest. I mean, essentially, that's the whole channel at the moment. That's my entire channel right now. Northwest is pretty much just hoping that Dustin wins and doing everything that I can. But I do believe that Dustin Poirier is going to sleep Islam Makhachev. I have to go full fucking delusional. I have to. Isaac, yeah, Paddy Pimlet's my GOAT. Paddy Pimlet's your GOAT. He couldn't even beat Jared Gordon by a robbery. Chat. When are we going to learn that Isaac is a fucking troll? He loves getting you guys riled up. It's like Isaac's job to get you guys riled up. Don't take him too seriously, all right? Oh, man. I think the GOAT is a mixture of peer fighters and generation beaten. Yeah, GSP beat the old generation and his generation. Jones beat the old generation and his generation. And some new gen fighters too. That certainly helps give you that longevity. Like, I do think GSP and John Jones are still going to be on the list, you know, in 5 years' time and in 10 years' time. The GOAT doesn't mean much if it changes an era. Remember, the GOAT is there's only meant to be one greatest of all time. There's only like this idea of like even the conversation we're having now, like John Jones is a GOAT. GSP is a GOAT. You can't have more than one GOAT. It is the greatest of all time. The greatest. You know? That's the GOAT. You can only pick one. So yeah, I don't know if it's AZ. I don't know if it is going to change every era. I just think it's one of those things that needs to get revisited, and someone could hold it for like 20, 25 years. Like how long ago was Michael Jordan doing his thing? It was in like 93, 96. Again, I don't watch NBA, but we're in 2024. That's near 30 years, man. And people are still saying he's better than everyone else right now. So, like Michael Schumacher in F1 is, again, a 90s athlete. He's still the best F1 driver that's ever been. Donald Bradman in cricket was like in 1901 or 1918, something like that. He still has like the record as like the best offensive batsman of all time. So you just like... It's something that's very, very special to be a GOAT, and I do think MMA fans like water it down. That's just my 2 cents, man. The thing that holds John Jones back from being the clear number one is the steroids. That's true, man. That is true. Now, the only trolling thing I said before was the street beefs over Buckley. Nice. Last time he went full delusional, Usyk nearly became the flyweight champ. It might just work this time. That's what we're going with. That's what we're going with, Patrick Cage. That's what we're going with. But Jones gets votes for winning after coke and hookers. You lose points because you took steroids, but you also get points because you went fucking crazy on the New York Strip and was still able to beat Dominic Cruz. Dominic Cruz? Daniel Cormier. I think Paddy being the GOAT is so absurd that it isn't even trolling. It's another level of delusion. It's a me level of delusion wanting Dustin Poirier to sleep Islam Makhachev. Prime Ngannou beats everybody in human history, so he is the GOAT. Prime Ngannou can get out-wrestled by John Jones. Mr. Toad. Even Prime Ngannou can get out-wrestled by John Jones. Both Jones and Aspinall could beat... That's what I was just saying. Yes. Everybody besides Anthony Joshua. Yes, see, Ngannou's been beaten too many times. John Jones is the GOAT, hands down. He only ever lost to himself. That's GOAT status. I mean, from Northwest, that's a good way to put it. Isn't that a good way to put it? To be like, the only person that could ever beat you was your own coke addiction. That's a pretty tasty way to put it, Northwest. All right, let's finish this poll. Jordan would do better now in modern NBA. Yeah, so that means he's a GOAT, and he's held that spot for nearly 30 years. Pretty insane, man. Send some Mel pics. Okay, Mel's with their mum. All right, I understand. But Jamie's going to be happy to see it, Weston. So thanks for sending it. I'll let her know. She's busy watching a YouTube seminar right now that I'm going to catch up on and watch with her after this. I think the most dangerous person in human history is a tie between John Jones, Francis Ngannou, and Aspinall. You're right, Chad Hero, and it sucks that we're in an era where those three human beings exist and we cannot see them fight each other in a round-robin tournament in the UFC because of Francis Ngannou's. It's not about the money, it's about legacy, but he fought for the money and then dipped because that's Francis Ngannou. He played in an era of violence. Are we talking about Jordan? I think you're talking about Jordan. Again, I don't know NBA. I was just trying to bring up sports examples. Same with boxing. Muhammad Ali, Ray Robinson, Robert Durant. Okay. Western Mass is here. Schumacher can't even drive now. Yeah, but in the day, he was the best driver of all time and skill for skill. He still stands up than, say, a Daniel Ricciardo. You know what I mean? The only GOAT is Chael Sonnen, never lost a round or a fight. Hoon Sharif, what's up, man? I think it's the first time I've seen you here in the chat. So, welcome to the channel. Please subscribe. Oh, that was you. The only GOAT is Chael P. Sonnen. You're absolutely right, mate. Please subscribe. Welcome to the chat. Hang around. Talk some shit. We like MMA here. Let me bounce through these so I can catch up with chat. Isaac, if you're here, Jesus Christ. I'm not sure why any competent person can watch back Jones versus Reyes and objectively say that Jones won that. I agree with you, Patrick Cage. I agree. The most dangerous person in history was Genghis Khan. I mean, AZ's not wrong. We've all got a little bit of Genghis Khan in us. Read my whole chat, you cunt. Sorry, Weston. Sup North. Sent some Mel pics. Her mum and dad broke up, though. Mel is with her mum. Yes, I understand. Thank you for sending the pics anyway. If I missed it, please post it again, man. I'm sorry. Again, there's a new thing here, guys. If I miss your chat, please type it again. I'm sorry. I do try and read every single chat. So if I skip over something, down there. If I missed your chat, please post it again. UFC Casual. How you going, brother? Good to see you, man. All right, where am I up to? Northwest says, it's hard for me to pick against Shavkat. We've never seen him lose or even go to a decision. The 100% win and finish rate is crazy. It is, man, but what we've seen from him is some holes in his game, so we can sort of pick out fighters that might be able to exploit those holes, especially now that he's at such a high level. But still, like, that's what makes Shavkat so fucking exciting. You know what I mean? Like, holy shit, is he actually him? Is he the one that's going to go on the great run? You know? I'm thinking about making a video, guys, called Who Is He Him? The Prophecy of the UFC Fighter to Come. And it's about a undefeated UFC fighter who can win 3 belts, like, in 3 divisions. Or maybe not undefeated, but, like, lose once and still win 3 belts in 3 different divisions. What do you guys think of that video? Let me know. Subscribe, but there's a huge delay. Sorry, man, I appreciate it. Is there a delay in the audio? If there's a delay in the audio, then just click refresh. If there's a delay in me reading things here, it's because I'm just running a bit behind the chat, man. Shavkat being 18-0 all finishes is unheard of. I think he might go down as the GOAT. That's the thing, chat here. It's not just like the undefeated, is it? Because we've had, like, you know, obviously Khabib. We had Sean O'Malley, you know, up until Vera. It's not just the skipped me chat. Sorry, chat here. It's not just the undefeated. It's the fact that they're all finishes, man. It's the fact that they're all finishes. Like, that's what's so crazy. You know, it's the fact they're so crazy. If I skipped it, just copy and paste it, put it back in, or just type it again. I know it's a pain in the ass, but yeah. I'll scroll back up and look for it as I get down to the bottom. I know it's too soon, but it's just a hunch. Yeah, man. Yeah. No, fair. True, I do think Hamzat would beat him if he was still at 170. You talking about Shavkat, brother? Northwest? I think he struggles bad with a few of the top guys at welterweight. He struggled with Jeff Neal. Patrick, are you talking about Ian Gaddy? Is Ian Gaddy he, him? Shavkat doesn't have good takedowns, and I feel like Leon and JDM could outstrike him. That is, Mr. Toad, why we are all so fucking excited to see where he goes. Because there are holes in his game. So, yeah, man, I think you're right. I think you're absolutely right. Patrick, Shavkat. Oh, okay. He struggled with Jeff Neal. Yeah. Okay, I'm with you, man. I'm with you. Struggles a handful of the top guys. Yeah, and I think we're all sort of like on the same line here with Shavkat. Like, he's very, very good. He's very, very good. But is he the real fucking deal now that we're at the top of the division? You know what I mean? I think what I'm getting from you, Patrick, what I'm getting from you, Mr. Toad, like what we're hearing from Chat Hero is the same thing. Like, we all know, like, Shavkat is like, fuck, this could be the one. This could be the guy. But we need to see just that little bit more, just that 1% more. Losers maybe once. Islam comes to mind. Who has one loss? Jones and Khabib. He lost to Tibau, and Khabib, he lost to Tibau. Okay. Yeah, Jones. Okay. Yeah, like for the he, him video, like who's the guy? So then could you see Islam moving up to welterweight and middleweight? No. Not to middleweight, too much. Like, I don't think Islam could win 3 belts in 3 different divisions. I think he could definitely be champ. He could definitely be champ. But I don't know if he could win 3 belts in 3 different divisions. Nunes doesn't count. Doesn't count. Women's bantamweight shouldn't exist. Doesn't count. Comes out was the best in the world. Number 1 for 1 round. Yeah, then he falls off a cliff. Yeah, true. Who was that saying that he beats anybody in the first round? Was that Anthony Smith saying that he beats everybody in the first round, even though he couldn't get through Gilbert in one round and he couldn't get through Usman in one round? But yeah, Khamzat's number one round is insane. It's insane. Northwest, I don't see how anyone can rewatch the Khabib versus T-Bow fight and say that he won. I had T-Bow winning 29-28. I'm going to have to rewatch that fight, Northwest. Thank you for bringing that up. Jones lost to Reyes for sure, but people frame it like Reyes beat the Pulp, like Holloway beat up Qatar. Yes. It was a close fight. Reyes clearly won 3-2. People dragging him. Yeah, I think it's just because John Jones gets glazed so much, Chad Hero, that they like to bring up, like, well, do not forget that he fucking lost that fight. You know what I mean? Sharif. I saw the title, and I don't think Dustin will have enough time to KO Islam. Islam will take him down, take his back, and sub him before Poirier can knock him out of his feet. There's always a chance, though. I've been talking about this for a minute on the channel, Sharif. I think Islam Makhachev is going to choose to stand and bang with Dustin Poirier to prove to the world that he is the number one pound-for-pound fighter in the world. And that's when I think Dustin has a chance of catching him and sleeping him. And that's what's going to happen. Alhamdulillah, brothers. Alhamdulillah. Islam has said in interviews that he will stand with Dustin. Wait for him to just try a gilly, take his back, and sub him. That's probably what's going to happen. I think Islam is going to troll Dustin because Islam Makhachev has got a fucked up sense of humor. So I think he's going to troll Dustin Poirier by jumping on his back and subbing him. I think you're right, man. I think Shavkat could do 170, 185, and 205, or Khamzat. I think Shavkat could be him. He could be the mythical fighter that is meant to come. The prophecy. I'm going to make that video. I think it's a fun video to make. Middleweight is too big of a jump. Boxers can barely handle the 3 pounds. Yeah. Khamzat was meant to be that guy. Yes, he was. Alex Pereira has a good shot if he gets a favorable matchup against a striker at heavyweight. I'm going to say Sharif. I'm going to end that sentence. At heavyweight. Yeah, so to me, it's either Conor McGregor, because Conor McGregor could win a 170-pound belt with the right matchup. It's either, but Conor's had too many losses, I know. Sean O'Malley. I could see Sean O'Malley putting on some weight. Alex Pereira. Like, there's in my head when I make this video, it's going to start off with the prophecy of the mythical fighter and then put in some fighters that it could be. So, yeah, that's what I'm thinking for that, mate. I can see round 1, Khamzat submitting Alex. Yep, that's true. He could. Let's see Islam and Khamzat pass USADA in North America. Ooh, spicy take from AZ. Classic spicy take. Rewatch it and let me know. I will, man. I will. Thank you for bringing it up. Islam takes down Dustin in the first 2 minutes. I hope he doesn't, Isaac. But, yeah, that's all I have to say about that. I hope he doesn't, mate. I hope he doesn't. I think Islam should troll Dustin by letting him KO him and letting Dustin be the champ, the greatest troll of all time. Who do you have in the MVP versus Gary fight? I personally see MVP outworking Ian and getting a unanimous decision. I was on Bad Math's channel today, and that's exactly what we talked about. I said the exact same thing you did, Casual. I think MVP is going to outwork Ian Gary. His experience is going to come in, and I think MVP is going to get the win in a decision. You're absolutely right, man. And then retiring, so that Islam can't rematch him for the after the greatest troll ever. Dustin just walks away. I do think there is a big chance of if Dustin Poirier actually wins the title. This is like such a alternate universe thing, right? Because so many things have to go right. But if Dustin Poirier does win the title, he probably does retire straight away because he's already said many times like, I've done everything that I want to do in my career. So imagine like he wins the title and then he's just like, well, that's like I've done it all. What else do I need to do? There's a good chance of that. MVP beats Gary. Oh, we should ask the chat that. Time for a poll. Yes, I want to create a poll. Why do you think I'm... That doesn't work. What the hell? Keyboard's not working. All right. Of course it's not. Why would it? Why would any of the keyboards work? It would make my day if MVP won, but I see Gary out striking him. Chad Hero, I'm not surprised you said that. I'm not surprised you said that, mate. We will see on the day. You've seen my take. I've heard your take. We will see on the day. Gary won't outstrike him. It's a great opportunity for MVP. He's unranked fighting the number 7 guy on his second appearance. It is, but it's the sort of move that the UFC needs to make, considering how much money they paid for MVP and how old he already is in his career. So it made sense. Harren Schiff, do you train any martial arts? I do not. I'm just a red-blooded super fan, my brother. Just a red-blooded super fan. I am not convinced that Islam will have an easy time taking Dustin down. You have to assume that Dustin Poirier has been training for a shot at the title against a Dagestani wrestler ever since he lost to Khabib. However, saying that, Dustin Poirier's takedown defense is just to roll a gilly, and that is the easiest way to take him down. So, you know what I mean, Cage? BSD took DP down easily and controlled him. BSD didn't take DP down. DP threw himself into takedowns. I think Islam is Khabib with better striking. I think you're right, AZ. He's Khabib 2.0, isn't he, man? You know what's funny about Islam's loss? He had all O's, didn't take a single strike or takedown or anything. Go check the stats on the UFC website. No shit, man. No shit. That's interesting, man. Gary needs to wrestle, and I don't think he will. I think he's going to choose to stand with MVP. MVP wins. Just take the record. He had 4 strikes. So there you go. There you go. Can you play The Boss by James Brown right now? You know I can't, Weston. You know I can't. It will get copyrighted, man. You know I can't. MVP is 37. He has 3 years, and even then it's a push, casual. Even then it's a push, isn't it? Oh, there we go. It's working. Now it's working. Why isn't it working in the poll, though? That's so weird, chat. Look at this, chat. Look at the screen right now. If I go to the chat, keyboard's working, right? If I go to create a poll, oh, am I in the wrong spot? I'm just dumb. I'm just dumb. Chat. I'm just very dumb. I didn't need to throw my keyboard away. I could see you laughing at me, Chad here. All right, go away. All right, cool. Where are we at? I think Poirier is already done. He's already mentioning retirement. It means that you're not committed to it 100%. I usually think that way, my brother. I usually think that way. But could it be that Poirier knows that he needs to win this fight? Like, this is his entire career is going to come down to, was he the guy that made it, or was he the guy that was always the number 1 gatekeeper? You know what I mean? So I think there's something there for that, man. I think there's something there for that. Maybe that's significant strikes. Is Chandler the most successful loser in the UFC? Tony Ferguson? Tony Ferguson could be. But Chandler's definitely up there. Chandler's definitely up there. I think you're probably looking at your bank account. Oh, shit. Why didn't we get MVP earlier? Was it circumstances or the UFC not being interested? I think MVP is one of those lucky athletes that fell into Bellator's just genius marketing strategy of paying fighters more than they were worth and sending themselves broke. MVP was very lucky to land on the right side of that, where he was getting paid a lot of money and was doing a lot better as a free agent, man. And so the UFC were like, well, we're a business that makes money, and you're not worth that much money. So yeah, and arguably it worked out better for MVP because he was able to build up his own brand outside of the UFC. So yeah, I think that's what happened there. Praying for MVP. You mean both Western Mass? Homeless, by the way. It's all right. Northwest, start a YouTube channel, and then you can be homeless and busy. You can be both. 34-year-old title crew curse. Yes, no fighter, lightweight or below, has ever won a title fight. That is true. Holy shit, how old is Dustin Poirier? Oh my god, no. Oh my god, no. Oh my god, no. How old is Dustin Poirier? Oh my god, he's 35. Fuck! Oh, well, it was a good run, wasn't it, boys? Ian Gary via boring leg kick decision. I don't know if MVP is going to let him get away with that, bro. The Paulo Costa curse. Every time Paulo Costa fights on a card, the champ loses. Oh, two curses going against each other, both from Harun Sharif. Who will win? DC could have been a 3-division champion, but he liked eating too much. Holy shit, Mr. Toad. DC could have been him. He could have been the one, the prophecy, the chosen one. That's fucking funny as, man. I'm going to put him on the list. I'm so happy I brainstormed this video with you guys. I'm not going to go full schizo and pick Dustin. All I'm going to say is Islam had a hard time getting Moises down, and Dustin training with Gamrot and Moises. Chad Hero, this is something that people have been skipping over. Dustin Poirier has been training hard with Gamrot, and he hasn't been training with Gamrot for no fucking reason, man. You know what I mean? He hasn't been training with Gamrot for no fucking reason, man. That is a good point, dude, and people are missing that point. If you're homeless, just buy a house. Just buy a house. Ian Gary won't rush. He's smart, though. No, I think Ian Gary is going to stand around the outside, and that's where MVP is going to get his success, Isaac. If it's a kickboxing matchup, MVP should win based on experience. It's like fighting math doesn't math, though. Yeah, because MMA, just too many different variables. Too many different variables. Northwest, I already have a YouTube channel. Oh, there you go. Well, there you are. Don't worry, we will all make it. Hopefully that's true, mate. Unless you're chasing GOAT status, why fight in the UFC? Unless you are chasing GOAT status, why fight in the UFC? Treated better and paid better in some other organizations. That's very interesting. That's a very interesting take, AZ. Every fighter that seems to come over to the UFC seems to talk about how different it is there, how professional it is there, how well treated they are there. Fighters that are in the UFC, like Nate Diaz, try and get the rest of their team signed to the UFC. Paid better. Undercard fighters in the UFC are paid better than undercard fighters at ONE or at PFL or at Bellator. I think what PFL and ONE and Bellator did was select a few fighters, some of them retired UFC fighters, a couple of exciting prospects, and paid them a lot of money. And sort of used that to cover up everything else that they were doing. There's a lot of UFC haters out there, and I don't know if either of those things are true en masse. That's how I have no money. It's $2K here to rent a 1-bedroom apartment. God damn, brother. Where are you from? Where are you from, Northwest? Or is that a postcode, 425? Not sure. Randy Couture was in his 40s. I have an OnlyFans. Oh, there you go, everyone. AZ has an OnlyFans. Go check it out. I'm sure there's some pretty filthy stuff on there. Property market is bad for real, though. It is everywhere, all over the world, mate. Also, Dustin was mauled by BSD. This is true. Miguel, what's up, man? What's up? I'm going to catch up to you, man. As you can see, you guys can see where I'm at. Because if you're successful in the UFC, you'll eventually earn more than the other organizations. That is true. UFC casual. Islam Makhachev from Western Mass has no chance. Dustin is ready for the Jeff Molina, Gordon Levitt takedown attempts. I like it, brother. I might have to build my own house. That'd be sick, man. That's the dream. Build your own house in the woods. I don't know. Guys talk great about ONE. They do. Yeah, that's true. They do talk great about ONE. That's true. I'll leave them out of that. I'll leave them out of that. If Dustin defends takedowns, I'm going to have the same glint in my eye as a starving man getting food for the first time in weeks. And then when he pulls the ghillie, I'm smashing my TV. Mate, I'm going to fucking flip out when he pulls that guillotine. Miguel, man. Nice stream with the Salty Man Bad Math before. Thanks, brother. Thank you. It was good to see you there, man. Seattle. Yeah, I've heard about the property market out that way, dude. Fucking brutal, mate. But don't worry, Melbourne's not any different. You know, you're paying $1 million for a 2-bedroom unit with no backyard. 1-bedroom apartment, $1 million. It's the same. Whoa. Weston, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? What are you doing, Weston? I'm going to read these anyway. View the deleted message. Romeo Vic is cold. It is, brother. PFL is a joke. It is, brother. Islam is going to KO Dustin. Oh, that's why he deleted them all. I can see what you did. Did you say Gordon Levitt? I did. Islam by submission. None of that here, Northwest. None of that here, man. The most expensive places in America is Naples and Miami, South Florida. I would have thought the most expensive place in America would have been New York City, man. Jordan Levitt sucks. He lost to Paddy Pillett. That's true, bro. That's true. I think every single person who isn't Russian will be smashing their teeth if he pulls the ghillie. That's so true, Casual. That's so true, man. Like, we all know what Dustin needs to do to win this and what he needs to not do to lose. And if he just goes ahead and pulls that fucking ghillie again, we're all going to flip out, man. The PFL is a joke. That's true. That is true. It is a joke. And what they're doing to the Bellator fighters is fucking embarrassing. And Ariel Helwani is a weasel. It's very brutal here, hence the reason why I'm homeless. No, I get it, man. I get it. And you're not homeless. You said you're paying rent, yeah? You have a home. You're renting. You're renting in a home. Victoria is cold as fuck, man. Fuck that. It is, bro. It is, man. That's why I've got my little space heater on by my feet here. It's cold as shit. None of that be at Western, you motherfucker. America is not a country. What are you saying? In Naples, the average rent is $350. No, it can't be. It can't be. PFL sucks worse than Bellator. So them buying Bellator made them barely any better. They are going bankrupt, which sucks for UFC fighters. There needs to be some competition. Don't be silly. Jump the ghillie. MVP with shit all over Gaddy, eh? Let's end this poll. Let's see where we ended up. PFL is garbage. That's true. Don Davis is more slimy than the UFC guys. Yes, the contracts that they have are locking people into, like, they automatically re-sign their contracts. It's horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. Chad Hero says, I am picking Islam to win, but this Islam by KO stuff is just nonsense. He gets a KO on a guy fresh off the couch, and all of a sudden he's the next Chaos Williams. I think, Chad Hero, it could be in a response to me being delusional about Dustin Poirier. So they're like giving an equally delusional take, like they're going just as hard on the other side. I think that's what it could be. Ariel is pathetic. He is. That is true. Dagestanis hate the Russians. Ooh, spicy take. They might. They might want to be part of the new Muslim coalition and not so much part of the Russian Orthodox coalition. There could be something there to that, Northwest. Didn't Dustin get a hip replacement? He did. That's why he fights so squared on now, Mr. Toad. You're right. Dagestanis. I heard the PFL contracts basically trap and control their fighters. Is there any truth to that? There is. So essentially, when you sign to the PFL, you have an automatic re-sign clause. If you're I don't know the exact details of it, but they do trap in their fighters. Yeah, they do. Prasalek, yo, what's up, man? What's up? How you going, man? Finally, an MMA community online live. Welcome. Please subscribe to the channel. I may take a minute to get to your chats, but I do try and get to every single chat. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subs by my birthday in mid-July, so if you could please subscribe, that would be very appreciated. Let's press on with the chat, boys. Islam by KO, it's possible if Dustin rushes in and gets caught clean on the chin. It is possible. But the greater chance would be Islam via submission. So, Parker, what's up, man? How you going, dude? Welcome to the chat. The US of America, the Canada of America, etc. It's continents. The US of America, Canada of America, etc. AZ, I don't know what you're talking about. Miguel, look up the Naples, Florida rent prices. No joke, the average rent is at least $10K a month. That is fucked. Move away. No, I literally live in a tent. Holy shit, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. I'm going to check out your channel and see what's going on, Northwest. I want to see what's going on, man. I'm going to check out your channel after this, brother. Sorry, it's my autism. It's all right, mate. We're MMA fans. Dougie, you're one of the best MMA YouTubers. You deserve more stuff. That's really nice, Miguel. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I'm definitely not one of the best, but I'm doing my best. I got to punch through some of these because I'm a bit behind. Jamie says hi. Let me punch through some of these, and if I skip over anything, just say it again in chat. Dustin, by KO, the Costa Coast is no joke. Parker, we were just talking about that, man. I fucking hope it's true, bro. I hope it's true. I'm a fan of Islam. I'm not Russian. I'm American, but I'm a fan of his skills. Yeah, dude, you can, like, you don't have to, like, race bait this shit. You can be a fan of him. Like, I'm a massive Khabib fan. I'm not, well, I'm half Serbian. But, like, Manel Kape is my go-to guy. Like, I got nothing in common with Manel Kape. Massive Manel Kape fan. It doesn't always have to be regional or ethnicity. Ariel is just saying, you would say that, AZ. You would say that. What kind of business do you have? I run a trade business, a drywaller. That is my day-to-day job. I've done a couple of work with me live streams. So if you want to go and check that out, you can go and check that out, man. Honestly, I can't lie. I'm a fan of Islam as well. I'm a fan of Islam. He's an incredible fighter. Yeah. I just like Dustin on a different level. It's no Diddy. Dude, Chad Hero, that's exactly where it is. I think Islam deserves to be the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world. I made a video on that. I think his interviews for a Dagestani are very good. His fight style is very good. I'm a big Islam fan. I'm just a way bigger Dustin fan. I've been an MMA fan since 2015, and Dustin was one of my favorite fighters, is one of my favorite fighters, and honest to God, just going back and re-watching his fight with BSD made me tear up when he actually won that fight. I was so happy to see that his career wasn't over. So I'm just a bigger Dustin Poirier fan than I am a Islam Makhachev fan. Dougie's Corner is the best MMA channel. Again, thank you, Miguel. I appreciate it, brother. I appreciate it, man. I'm sure Khabib doesn't hate Russia when Putin gave him $20 million worth of land. Only hates Russia when it suits him. Damn, brother. I vlog my homelessness on YouTube. I've seen some channels like that, Northwest. So I wish you all the best and hope that you get all that money so that you can afford to live in your city. That is a fucking journey and a half, brother. I'm going to watch those videos, man. Dustin will stay in the pocket. He won't rush. I see him dropping I see him dropping Islam after putting on a crazy combination. Did you watch my prayer video, Parker? Did you watch my prayer video? This is what I'm talking about, brother. This is the energy we need. Alhamdulillah for Parker. America is a collection of continents. You're talking about the landmass, not the country, the United States of America. That must be what you're talking in. Jamie's here, my love. I just popped in to say hi. Sorry about breaking up with Mel Weston. Hope you're doing all right, but I can't wait to see some pics later. Yes, absolutely. Good on you, Jamie. Good on. That's true, mate. That's true. That's true. Weston, hope you're doing okay, man. Enjoy the river. Enjoy the fishing. Thank you for always supporting the channel. You're a real one. You're a real one. Yes, I get what you're saying. I picked up what you were putting it down. I picked up what you were putting down, man. I picked up what you were putting down. You're welcome, Northwest. I appreciate you coming in here. The most chill MMA YouTuber. Thanks, brother. I appreciate it, man. The country, they mean the United States. I get it, dude. No, AZ, no hate. Thank you for elaborating. Because now I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, man. I get what you're saying. Yo, Pablo, what's up? Guys, Pablo was one of the first people, along with Western Mass, to come and hang out and watch the channel when it was like, there was me, Jamie, Western Mass, and sometimes Pablo in here. So Pablo is an OG of the channel. I'm good, brother. How are you? How are you, man? Holy shit, chat. I'm so sorry. Again, if I miss anything, just spam it. Costa could pull out and cancel the curse. Holy shit. Imagine if Costa pulls out. I'll fucking kill him. I'll kill him. Hey, Jamie, you're my life coach now. Yeah, dude, Weston, you watching Jamie's channel? So gold, mate. The only KO Islam gets against Dustin Poirier is a ground and pound. You don't know, man. Dustin Poirier's boxing, if he goes in for a takedown, you don't know. You don't know. He could get caught. Same. I'm an American, and I'm a fan of the Dagestani fighters. Yeah, I think they do get a little bit too much hate, man. I do get a little bit too much hate. That's what my friends say. Western Mass, you going through a breakup fiasco? Yes. It's sad to... I'm sorry to hear that, man. I'm sorry to hear that, Weston. I thought you were talking about, like, in the past, but I didn't know you were going through it now, man. I'm sorry to hear that. That sucks. I'm a fan of Dustin's wife, AZ. Lots of people are. Sorry to hear that. Yes, yes, yes. Unless it's good. You never know with breakups. Sometimes the breakup is good. Sometimes that's what you want. So, Weston, hopefully it's a good thing, mate. To the future. Look to the future. I rewatched Khabib versus Justin, and Khabib is bad at striking. Makes Islam look like a wonder boy. Its pure strength and grit is ridiculous. Who do you think is better, Islam or Khabib? I think Islam is Khabib 2.0. Khabib's striking was god-awful, but the boys, all of the Dagestanis down at AKA, have really grown, and their striking has come a long way. So I think Islam is the next Khabib. He's a way better striker. I make about $50 per month. Damn, brother. Damn, bro. Guys, go check out Northwest channel. This guy is homeless, living out of a tent, YouTubing his journey. I've seen him on the channel a couple of times. Go check out Northwest channel. Maybe it's something that we'll be into. Capitalism doesn't work. There's so many homeless people. We need the Russian way for all people. Interesting debate to be had there. We spend quite a lot of our taxes on welfare. That would assume that we're not really living in capitalism. We're living in socialism. Interesting. It's not good or bad. It's just both. It's one of those. It's one of those breakups. Play blackjack with the $50 and triple that shit, Northwest. Don't do that. Don't do that. Well, at least you now have more time to cut off. Jesus Christ. Not really. I'm in a city, but me and my wife live out in a tent. Oh, damn. All those 80 action movies made us hate the peaceful Russian. That is true, man. Government phones. Some people call them Obama phones. Nice, nice, nice. Islam is funny on the mic. The people calling him boring are just delusional. I think they just see the other. I don't think they, like, look at the Dagestani fighters. I've called back up to chat. That's good. I don't think they actually look at the Dagestani fighters, Toad. I think they, like, look at all of them as a mass, and then, like, they're all boring. Rather than just focus on just Islam Makhachev, you know what I mean? I appreciate you. I do MMA picks too. Sick, man. Sick, sick. There we go. Bit of MMA, bit of lifestyle stuff. If the government were taxing people who made $50 a month, I'd flee the country. Okay, there we go. I've caught up on all of chat. Let me see if there's anything else that I missed out on. No, no, no. All right, let's jump over to Twitter. Oh, good run, guys. Good run. Northwest, where do you sleep in the winter? God damn. I still hope Dustin sleeps in... Oh, here we go. Islam as a fighter isn't boring at all. If you think he's boring, you might not like well-rounded MMA. Again, Chad Hero, I think it's just people mixing in all Dagestani fighters together. You know what I mean? And not like looking at the fighter in particular. I think that's what what goes into it. I still hope Dustin sleeps him though. We can pray, brother. We can pray. Look at the Mel picks. Do you want me to do that right now? Holy shit, Paige Van Zandt got knocked down. Islam had the fight of the year against... I can't wait to see MVP sleep in. Yeah, bro. Yeah. I think there is a chance of that happening, but I do think it's going to be a drawn-out boxing fight. I do think... Not boxing, kickboxing fight. I think MVP is going to win via points. Islam had fight of the year against Volkanovski. He fucking did, mate. He's a very well-rounded fighter. And that first one against Volkanovski wasn't short notice. He had plenty of time for that one. Northwest Lifestyle has hijacked the convo after I made that joke. If you're being serious, I feel bad now. I don't think he was making a joke, man. I think he is homeless, living out of a tent. But it's fine. Like, he hasn't hijacked it. It's fine. Like, people can chat in chat. It's all good, man. We're going to look at Chad Hero's dog. Oh, doggo. Oh, your leg's in this one. This is Western Mass's dog from chat. Nice, mate. Very nice. Well, hopefully you still get to visit your dog, mate. Oh, yeah, Weston's dog. Hopefully you still get to visit your dog, mate. Hopefully you still get to visit your dog, brother. Off topic, but I got into an argument with someone who said Tony isn't the greatest lightweight to never win a title because he tainted his legacy, but he says Fedor is a GOAT heavyweight. Ah, jeez. They're really clashing opinions, aren't they? That's really clashing opinions. Like, so Tony isn't the greatest lightweight to never win a title because he tainted his legacy. But he says that Fedor... I tell you what, Parker, if Dustin loses next weekend, he's going to take that title of Tony isn't the greatest lightweight to never win a title. But Tony is definitely up there in the conversation. But then to go on and say that Fedor is a GOAT heavyweight, yeah, interesting. Why do people look over Fedor's losses? I think because they look back at people's career with rose-tainted glasses. I'm being serious. Ask Weston Mass. He's seen my streams. Okay, there you go. So Weston knows what's going on. The man lost to Ryan Bader. This is true. Fedor lost later. Yeah, so you just got to appreciate him for like where he was in his time. Chat here is dogs. Bader is legit. Bader's legit. Bader's legit. It's hard to put him all the way up there. Again, the level of competition. The level of competition is hard. Tony Ferguson is my all-time favorite fighter. His downfall was sad to watch from Northwest and still is sad to watch, I would say, Northwest, because he hasn't left us yet and he's going to get back in the cage and he's going to lose again, man. He's going to lose again. OnlyFans tent loft. AZ, that's fucked. Cage says, I like Islam. I think he's just a bit overhyped in the sense that his only solid win he has is Oliveira and kind of Volk, but he's a featherweight who nobody thought would even do well against him. I think, Cage, that is why so many people get angry when he doesn't defend the title more often. Because he got that win over Bobby Green, got to fight for a title, beat Oliveira, and well done. Like, Oliveira is an amazing win. But it's also like, you didn't do the meat grinder of the top 5 at lightweight that people usually do, and we want to see that happen. So let's start getting in some good defenses. I wouldn't say that makes him overhyped. I would just say it makes us want more from him. You know what I mean? Tony is the type of guy to go on a 12-fight losing streak just to equal his 12-fight winning streak, just to even things out. That's so true, man. Intimidation. I'm 6'3", 245 pounds. We got a big motherfucker in the house, boys. Islam's on the way to the title. Yeah. It was pretty padded. Now he's fighting Dustin. He had an easier run to the title than some people do because of the legacy of Khabib. You're not wrong, Patrick. Fedor lost, but at the time, Pride was the top. This is true. We do forget how fucking good Pride was. We do forget that. Yeah, Pride was rivaling the UFC, man. That's true. Fedor fought tough guy buddy butters with Little School. That is a lie. Pride had yes, AZ. That's what I was just saying. It was rivaling the UFC back then for who actually had the best fighters in the world. 8-fight losing streak incoming. Are you talking about Tony? Oh please, man, don't be talking about Tony. AZ, he doesn't fight that often because he had Ramadan and USADA to contend with, so he fights overseas. I mean, he's fighting in America. I don't think it's USADA. He's fighting in America next week, man. I don't think it's USADA. But I do think it was the Ramadan that slowed him down, man. Tony's the type of guy to ruin his legacy by making weight for... Oh, Jesus, Parker. Don't remind us, man. Don't remind us. That could have been the single worst decision ever made by anybody in MMA history. I was thinking of Justin Gaethje versus Max Holloway and Justin, like, giving up his title shot to get knocked out. But at least he will go down in MMA history as having one of the greatest moments ever at UFC 300. Whereas Tony choosing to make weight twice for no reason sort of ruined his entire career. At a time where the next fight was literally Oliveira versus Michael Chandler for the title, like for an empty belt, wasn't it? Wasn't it Oliveira versus Chandler for the title? So Tony could have just stepped in then. Am I remembering this right? I'm sure AZ will correct me. But yeah, Jesus, man. Tony's the type of guy to take his wife. Tony's the type of guy to wake his wife up in the middle of the night just to tell her that he's going to the toilet. Oh, fucking hell, that's good. Tony's record was 25-3 after he lost to Gaethje. He should have retired and kept his record at 25-4. He should have. He should have. You know who I was screaming from every rooftop would be champ? Alexander Hernandez. Wow, the fluff himself. What a time. What a time, man. Now he has 10 losses, soon to be 11. It's fucking crazy, man. He had 10 wins in a row. RDA and Dariush pulled out. Everyone else was ducking him. Yep. And Oliveira just cleaned out the top of the division. It was the only fight that made sense back in the day. Yes, but he didn't have to lose weight twice. He could have just, fuck. Yeah, fuck. Fuck, man. What a weird time, huh? What a weird time. Justin really took a big chunk of Tony in that fight. Yeah, he changed his soul. I was just catching up and watching Mixed Molly Whoppery, and they brought up the Khabib quote in that. About, brother, after a fight like this, brother, you're never the same, brother. Never the same. Just makes people think I'm hot. Yeah, no, I believe you, man. I believe you. Tony Ferguson, the type of guy to wear sunglasses inside and then trip on a cable and get himself injured. That motherfucker. Bro, watch the wallet. Yeah, I was just watching it, man. And I was like, this is fucking epic. I was just watching it. I was loving it, mate. It was so good. I'm going to go back and watch so many of them. UFC Casual, thank you for saying the United States and not America. AZ's got a real way of saying that. You can't say America. He thinks you're talking about the continent, but not the country. Okay. None expected Islam to dominate. It was supposed to be a close fight. I guess you're talking about the first Max fight? I guess that's what you're talking about. Shit, what was the vibe going into that? I remember going into the first Max fight. Not the first Max fight. Islam versus Volkanovski. I remember going into the first Volkanovski fight thinking that it was going to be a big fucking ask for Volkanovski to win that fight. So I would say some people did expect Islam Makhachev to dominate that. Tony Ferguson versus Nick Diaz for the oldest motherfucker belt from Parker. Bro, we were talking about that like 2 weeks ago. I think that fight makes all the sense in the world. I think it's the last fight that Tony can win. And then they both have to agree to retire. Tony Ferguson, the type to get into an Minari roll while shadowboxing. Honestly, Islam Makhachev had no business doing that to Oliveira because he had 0 wins in the top 10. These are the facts. And this is why people want to see. This is why people want to see Islam Makhachev really tested in that top 5. Really, really tested. It's true, man. I know it's my pay. I can see that, AZ. I can see that, man. Miguel, nice microphone. Thanks, bro. Thank you. What a video by Mix. It was so good, man. It was so good, man. When the music kicked in, when fucking Holloway sleeps Gaethje, so good, man. Islam versus Charlie. Yeah, I picked up what you were saying. Hooker was ranked 6th, but aside that, no. Yeah. But didn't Dan Hooker take that fight at last minute notice? Sharif? Didn't Dan Hooker... It was during the gaslighting in 2019. And Dan Hooker decided that he wasn't going to go back to New Zealand and be with his family. Instead, he was going to stay on Fight Island and take that Makhachev fight. I'm pretty sure he did that on short notice, man. Tony Ferguson still has it. Book Islam versus Tony. Miguel wants to see Tony Ferguson die. That's what we've learned today, chat. All of us together. Miguel wants to see Tony Ferguson die. Islam versus Charles was supposed to be a close fight. Yes, that's the one. Northwest. I'm with you now. Yes, that one was the one that was meant to be a close fight because they had spent so much time glazing Oliveira and talking about how he is the new GOAT. And then it was like Oliveira versus Khabib's kid. And like, how good is Oliveira really? Yeah, man. That one was meant to be a lot closer than it was. Miguel, again, Dougie's Corner is the king of MMA content. Thanks, bro. I do appreciate it. I do appreciate it, man. Thank you. Like the stream, I guess. Have you, rather than spamming that 4 times, which I do appreciate, like the stream because it helps more people watch the channel. 0 wins in the top 5. Crazy, mate. Oh, shit, I got to pump through these. Sorry. Dougie continues to be an elite alternative to Ariel Helwani and the Guru. Thanks, Miguel. An elite alternative to Ariel Helwani. Thanks, man. If WWE3 kicks off, who do you guys have? NATO or the other guys? The other guys. One side uses slavery, one side does not. Guess which one's going to win. Dan Hooker versus Benit St. Denis in Perth. Hooker. That's a good one for the chat, Miguel. Good one, Miguel. Good one, mate. Good one, brother. That was a bloody good one, mate. Morgano and Hooker. When Holloway pointed to the center of the cage, mate, it was so good. It was so good. Don't disrespect Islam's record, brother. He beat Ramos. Dan Hooker fought Islam short notice and got destroyed. Yeah, I thought I was remembering that correctly. I think they're going to do Dariush versus Moicano, unfortunately. That one, casual, makes sense. I think they're going to do that. Yeah, I think short notice, RDA was the one that pulled out. Yes. Islam shut down Charles Oliveira. I know. And it was scary, and it was unexpected. It was not meant to go that way. Both Hooker and Green were on 1 week's notice. Fuck. Guys, what we're reminding ourselves now as we chat to each other is the reason why people give Islam Makhachev. It's the reason people give Islam Makhachev some shit. Because the matchups leading up to him winning a title, right? Dan Hooker, short notice. Bobby Green, short notice. Goes and fights Volkanovski, short notice. He gets a lot of things. He gets a lot of leeway. And it makes us, the fans, go, is this fucking for real, mate? Are you legit? So, yeah, these are fair points. But we would all die because it's mutually assured destruction. Might not be. Like, who wants to be the ruler of an empire of ash? So I don't know if it would be, you know. Islam violently KO'd Volk and beat him in the first fight. However, Volk was a division below and smaller. This is true. This is why people don't put that much credit on the Volk win. Holloway summoned the broken nose demon. It was sick, mate. It was sick. You're a trendsetter. Thanks, bro. Holloway shattered that version to his fucking hell. Hell no, the barbecue eating kangaroo fighting Ozzy has no faith in NATO countries. No, I don't. You're absolutely right. I do not. I can view these messages, mate. Hooker's on a bad decline. Hooker's on, yeah, I know. Dude, Hooker was here, but now he's down here. Weston, stop it. I know you're fucking around. You're probably drunk. Stop it. All right? Vanille is now a gatekeeper. He is, AZ. He is, man. He is. Tony Ferguson is the type of guy to call 911 and ask them what's the emergency to call 911 and ask them what's the emergency. I love these so much, man. I always pick the striker because I am a petty guy who hates crotch sniffing. Same. Legit. Same. And he never fights on short notice. Neither did Khabib, that Mr. Perfect. Yeah, that's the thing, right? Like, they'll happily fight their opponents, their contestants. They'll happily fight their opponents when their opponent's on short notice. But everything needs to be perfect for them. You know? Everything's got to be right for them. Although, is that just on them? Like, is that just them being clever athletes? Like, no one's forcing Dan Hooker to stay on Fight Island during the gaslighting, you know? Like, he chose to do that. So, yeah. Nope. 10 seconds for that bullshit. Stop it, mate. Chael Sonnen had a great line about not lying on his back with another man between his legs. Chael Sonnen was the king of wrestling, mate. Chael Sonnen can shut the fuck up when it comes to that, AZ. Ferguson versus Hooker. Chase Hooper. Oh, Chase Hooper. I mean, all we're doing is getting Ferguson beaten up by the youth. Do you really want to see that, Miguel? Do you really want to see that? Islam hurt his leg from kicking Volk. 1 week from today, P-Head will be champ. We hope so. We hope so. Fighting on short notice is bad for your own business. It is, man. That's why I'm like, they're just being smart by not taking short notice fights. Bilal would beat Shavkat by decision. No damage done. Big call from Miguel. Maybe. I'm very high on Shavkat. Tony Ferguson is the type of guy to go on a losing streak to condition his fans. Are you really Tony fans? It's Tony time. I understand the enjoying of grappling, but whoever prefers striking 100%... Hang on a second. I understand the enjoying grappling, but whoever prefers it to striking, right, 100% has a pride flag on their wall. Right. Not a bad summation. Casual. Hooker made bad choices. Hooker... Fuck me, I'm losing it, boys. Hooker made bad choices, but that's why he's awesome. Yeah. That's why we love some fighters like that. If you're at the top of your game, you tell the UFC when you fight. That's true, man. If you're the man, you call your own shots. These are the facts. No way Tony loses to Chase Hooper. There is a way, brother. There is a way. Don't be saying that about Tony Ferguson. Where there's a will to lose, there's a way. Hooper versus Hooker. Northwest, now you're just fucking with me. Shit. Another 2 fights from Hooper, and that's a very interesting fight. That's a very, very interesting fight. Today, I think Hooker still wins that, but in the future, I could see that fight happening. You only fight short notice if you need it for your career. Yeah, like if you're trying to make that step up to get to a title. True, man. How did Chael go from the funniest guy in the UFC to the most corny MMA personality? There was a time where he was the only one in the space doing this, like what I'm doing right now. But then as this grew, as MMA YouTubers grew... Can I do this? Is this a thing? Can I do this? No, it's not a thing. As MMA YouTubers grew, the need for people like Chael Sonnen became less prevalent. Like, industry plants became less prevalent. So now he just has to say outrageous shit. Hooker smokes Hooper. Like I said, now, today, in 2024, I think Dan Hooker still has the edge. But in the future, I can see that fight being made, and I can see us all saying Chase Hooper can do it. I want to see Shavkat in Top Control versus Laura Sanko. AZ wants some fucking OnlyFans action. Tony is the type of guy to go to the gym for toenail day. What are you even saying now? She loves him. She does love him, mate. Because Chael has always been corny, it just seemed cool after a badass fight. And in the era that we were in, like, there weren't many people doing WWE-style callouts, so it was important for Chael. Gamer, what's up, man? How you going? Bro, stop it. I'll never stop. Chael was not corny. Chael was a bit corny. Chael was a touch corny. There was a bit of corn. Shavkat versus Usman. Who wins? Oh, I think Shavkat wins these days. Remember when Chael was saying, Anderson Silva, you absolutely suck. I loved those. I did love those callouts. It's only funny when you're not a casual and actually prefer race RC. Shit, my brain's gone blank. Parker, can you say RC? Like, and not abbreviate it for me, please, mate? No one did it back then. The Chael Sonnen personality, I know, he was one of the only who were doing it, man. I would take Shavkat, but Usman can win that fight. Usman can win it for sure, but I do think that Shavkat would win it today. I think Shavkat's that next level, and Usman's just an age behind. That's my point. He was hilarious. He's just become really corny. Yeah, I think it's just grown up and changed. You know what I mean? Gamer. Yeah, Gamer. What's up, brother? How you going, man? It's good to see you in the chat. Dude. Behave yourself or get blocked. All right. Stay. Have a good time. Hang out with the boys. talk some shit, or keep spamming and get blocked. Pick one. It's up to you, bro. It's up to you. I'll give you 5 minutes. From DC and the RC podcast, Ryan Clark. Okay, let me go back and see what you were saying. Okay. Ryan Clark. It's only funny when you're not a casual. I actually prefer Ryan Clark over. So you're talking about Chael Sonnen? Yeah. I liked DC and RC. They were both good, man. They were both good. I think it was a good match. It's just very interesting to see how once Ryan Clark said we should cut the women's bantamweight division, ESPN just got rid of him. Kind of fucked up, huh? Kind of fucked up. Tony Ferguson is the type of guy to cut weight for a street fight. Fucking Tony, why did you do this? Harron is on fire. I know, I'm loving it. I'm loving it from Harron. Have your breakfast? Yeah, no, it's bloody 1:30 in the afternoon here, mate. So we've had lunch and breakfast. Also, Gamer, welcome to trolling the channel. Please subscribe because I'm trying to get to 1,000 subs by the middle of July. So if you could do that, that'd be great. However, having said that, I think we are actually getting to the end of the stream because we've been going live for a hot minute. So, what are we going to do, boys? I'm from India. Nice, man. Welcome. Welcome to the channel. Gamer, who's your favorite fighter? Gamer Unchala, who is your favorite fighter, mate? And I'm going to set up the countdown timer. Gamer, this is a UFC chat. We talk MMA. So this whole channel is a MMA channel. So yeah, brother. But maybe Gamer doesn't speak English, you know? That's it, boys. When that timer goes off, the stream goes off. I think we've had a good time. Oh, I liked RC. He grew on me. At first, I didn't like him. I was the same Northwest. At first, I didn't like him. I didn't like the vibe between the two of them. But eventually, he grew on me too. And yeah, I liked it. I think it was sad that he got fired. Really, really sad. Oh, microphone abuse. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, God in heaven. Oh, Jesus Lord. Gamer, did you watch Australia versus India in the cricket last year? Isn't there a huge cricket or rugby game before UFC 305? There might be. I don't follow any of them. You'd have to ask my brother that, man. I don't watch any of that shit. Between Australia and South Africa, don't watch it, man. Tony Ferguson is the kind of guy to call in sick for his own doctor's appointment. Has O'Malley versus Marab date and venue been announced yet? No, not yet, but we are thinking that it is going to be at the Sphere. So that's where our heads are at right now, boys. Tony Ferguson is the type of guy to give his cornerman advice in between rounds. Give him sand. What's cricket? Is it like golf? Cricket is a very boring sport where men stand in a field for 5 days and throw a ball at a stick, like baseball. And then there's a draw. It sucks. Haroon reminds me all, with all these Tony Ferguson's the type of guy, reminds you all to watch the roast of Tom Brady. Nice. I don't love those roasts. I just feel like I'm wasting my time when I watch them. So I might chuck it on. But everyone, if you're into those roasts, chuck them on. Ellie Brooke versus Paige Van Zandt came out as a draw. There you go. Imagine Conor versus Nate Diaz at 306. That would be fucking sick if that happened, man. If they need to make Conor versus 3 happen in the UFC. Otherwise, Conor is just going to leave the UFC and they're going to make that fight happen privately and bank all the cash. So Dana needs to do everything that he can to get Nate Diaz back to the UFC. It's cricket is the most similar to baseball, I would say. Tony is the type of guy to put David Goggins through Hell Week. Harren, that's Test cricket. T20 is bearable. Yeah, T20 is bearable. I still don't watch it, but yes, you're right. When I lived in India for 3 months, the only thing that was in English on TV was their T20 World Cup tournament, and I watched a lot of that, and it was alright. I didn't mind it too much. No, it's amazing. Connor versus Dalton too. Oh shit! It's the closest sport. Cricket, the closest sport it is to is baseball. Yeah, I would say Aaron. I would say yeah, and that is why I don't watch Misfits. Northwest, do you know what lacrosse is? Do they play that in Australia? No, man. No, they don't. No, they don't. I mean, I know of it, but I know of it through like American media. But no, we don't. We don't. In Australia, it really is cricket or AFL football or rugby. That's pretty much it. Every other sport is sort of by the wayside. A lot of the girls play netball. A lot of the girls play netball. Then there's golf and surfing. Tennis is very big here. They're the big sports here. Lacrosse was invented in the country of Canada on the continent of North America. There you go, AZ. That one was from you. Lacrosse is tough. I've never actually watched a lacrosse game, to be honest, AZ. I'm tired of these boxing events during UFC events. Well, there was no UFC on today, and last week it wasn't too bad, Parker. But when it's on, I just dual screen, brother. You know, like I got the computer monitor here, and then I got my TV here. They're both linked via the same HDMI cable, and I just put it on two screens, man. I just put it on two screens. Tony Ferguson, the type of guy, say, hang on, brother, I'm speaking, and introduce Bruce Buffer. Zhang versus Wilder will be during 3:02. Zhang versus Wilder will be during 3:02. Is that a boxing event? Is that a boxing event, right? It's kind of like soccer and hockey mixed, kind of. Lacrosse. Yeah, no, I've seen it. I've What's the right way to say it? I've seen the memes of it. Like I've seen bits of it, but I've never like sat down and watched a game. Like I've never sat down and watched a game of ice hockey, even though I played hockey all throughout high school. So yeah, man. I'm not missing Zhang versus Wilder though. Just dual screen, bro. You can watch two at once. You can watch two at once. Western Mass. Me ma was a lacrosse coach. There you go, man. I played soccer though because my dad played soccer. There you go. I played hockey because at my school was like very sports orientated, super sports orientated high school, and you had to play a sport on Saturday mornings. You had to play a sport, and I was like the right build for a hockey goalie, and I was like, fuck yeah, I can do this. Just stand in the box and wait for the puck to come my way. So that's what I did, bro. Field hockey, not ice hockey. Field hockey. Yeah, it's boxing. Okay. Yeah, so just watch both, man. Just on. Nude RG Al is the toughest sport. What are you talking about, AC? I paid for 302 though. Boxing is a different story. Yeah, like you'll pay for the pay-per-views. Yeah. I can't watch two things at the same time. It's just me. Fair enough. Although, Parker, I find when the boxing is on at the exact same time at the UFC, it's very rare that the interesting moment is happening at the exact same time. It's usually shut up, Weston. It's usually a like walkout happening in the UFC or walkouts happening in boxing. It's very, very rare that you'll have like two hyper important fights happening during the same time. Like during the Fury Usyk fight, it was Angela Hill was fighting over at the UFC. Like it wasn't like the most important thing in the world, you know. Big Bang Zhang comes knocking on your door to enroll you into the CCP infirmary when you do, Jesus Christ, when you don't read the red print on your taboo order. Fucking hell, Fox MMA. How you going, man? What an entrance to the chat. Oh, shit. Tony Ferguson is the type of guy to tell Herb Dean to protect himself at all times. Aaron, just keep popping him off, mate. Field hockey, isn't that lacrosse? No, it's just hockey on an AstroTurf field, man. Yeah. In Canada, you need a uterus to play field hockey. Well, Australia is very similar to that, isn't it? You know? Very similar to that. What puck do you use in field hockey? You use a round ball. You use just a round, heavy ball. Yeah, I think the UFC does that on purpose. So do I, mate. So do I. Axel Fox, man, I don't know if I've seen you in the channel before, man. Welcome to the channel. Unfortunately, when this timer goes off, the live stream is over, but subscribe to the channel, brother. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subs before my birthday. Subscribe to the channel, man. Let me check out Axel Fox's MMA channel. I think I have seen you around before. I recognize your picture. Yeah, I think I have seen you around before. Yeah. Yes. I've seen you, dude. Yeah. I've seen you around. Good to see you again, man. How you going? Sorry, I didn't recognize your name and profile picture. How are you, brother? Where are we at? Don't you hate how you have to buy UFC on KO in Australia? I used to buy it on Fight Pass with Apple Pay. I could do a refund scam every time. That's sick, man. I got about 18 months of free pay. I didn't know that, dude. I just looked to the West. Brother. I heard that the first time they moved it over to KO in Australia, it like completely flopped and nobody could buy the pay-per-view. But I haven't bought a pay-per-view in a long time. Last time I bought a pay-per-view was when I had mates over to the house and we were all having a barbecue and watching it. I think it was the Israel Adesanya Anderson Silva pay-per-view was the last one I actually bought. And that's because like everyone chipped in $5. But when I'm just watching them, never pay for a pay-per-view, man. Tony Ferguson is the type of guy to give his opponents 5-minute rest when he gets hyped. Tony Ferguson is the type of guy to give his opponents a 5-minute rest when he gets hyped. Never pay, brother. Russian link. Yeah, in Australia, all the girls that sat out of field hockey ended up pregnant at 18. This is number one fact from Axel Fox MMA. Did you use rollerblades or just in running shoes? So it's on AstroTurf. Like it's on a field, AstroTurf field, which is like plastic grass mixed with sand. And yeah, you just like, it's just a regular round ball. You're playing with runners on, just running shoes. And that's it. I think they're field hockey at the Olympics, actually. The Australian exchange student at our high school played field hockey with the girls. Disgusting. Mate, he probably went to the parties afterwards, Weston. Probably went to the parties afterwards, mate. Oh, he said the thing. OnlyFans live in 2 minutes. Goddamn, I subbed. I'm formerly actually Australian. That's how I recognized your fucking profile picture. An actual Aussie. What's up, brother? What's up, man? What's up? Are you gonna start getting into MMA content? Is that why you switched it over to MMA? Do it, brother. Welcome to the MMA YouTuber verse. How does it get eye poked if he's got? How does it get eye poked if he's got shades on? He was a big gay dude. Well, I guess that's probably why he played field hockey. And the last one from Haron Sharif. Tony Ferguson is the type of guy to end the stream early before you can do it. Tony Ferguson's in my room right now telling me to end my stream. Guys, that was it. We did it. Saturday afternoon, we had a good time. I'm gonna go watch a YouTube seminar with Jamie. We're learning about MMA. We're learning about YouTube. We're trying to craft our skills. Guys, shout out to Northwest. He's making YouTube content from a fucking tent. He does MMA picks as well. If anyone in the game is a grinder, go and check out Northwest's channel. Fuck me, I thought I worked hard. Go check out Northwest, man. That's a fucking working man. Until then, shout out Northwest, mate. Until then, boys, fucking another video. What am I going to make a video on tomorrow? I have a rough idea of what I'm going to make a video on tomorrow. But there's going to be another video tomorrow, and then I'm in the office at work all week, pumping out the videos, pumping out the streams. There's going to be a live stream for 302. I'm going to be fanboying hard for Dustin Poirier. Also, if Dustin Poirier actually knocks out Islam Makhachev, I'm switching this vertical stream to my phone. We're going mobile. I'm going out the front door, and we're going to the pub. We're going to the pub together, and I'm going to live stream from the pub as a celebration. So go and check that out. Western Mass, shouting out Northwest in the chat. Well done, Western Mass. Until then, everyone have a good night. Stay safe, and fucking see you later. Love you all. Have a good evening. Bye. Goodbye.